All right, folks, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the new Potensic ATOM 3. And as you can see, I'm not at my usual location. I received the ATOM 2 just a little bit late, so I have to do my unboxing on the road. So in today's video, we're going to unbox everything, check out the new PTD 2 controller, and see what the ATOM 3 has to offer. Now, as far as the upgrades from the ATOM 2, we got a larger 1/1.3 inch CMOS sensor, 4K 60 frames per second video, a claimed 50-minute flight time, a brand new PTD 2 remote controller, and even optional 4G support. Now, first off, the packaging is, as usual, is packaged very well with the ATOM 3 branding on the outside and the labeling of the specs and claimed flight time. And when you open up the box, you'll see a carrying case that looks very familiar, which is basically the carrying case which was offered with the later version of the ATOM 2. Inside the case, you'll find everything nicely organized and in its own compartment. So let's start off with the new controller. And compared to the previous version, everything is in the same spot. As far as your SD card slot and a USB-C port, you have your screw holes here to attach lanyard hooks, and the joysticks are placed on the back, and everything pretty much looks the same. However, this does have a claimed 900 nits of brightness as opposed to 700 nits on the previous version. Potensic also claims that you can get up to 16 kilometers of range with the PTD 2. You also get, of course, instruction manual, a USB-C to USB-C charging cable, extra props, and a screwdriver with extra screws. The charging cradle and batteries are also different. This does have a different look to it, and I'm pretty sure you can use this as a charging bank as well. And they did switch over to USB-C as opposed to having the charging adapter that the ATOM 2 came with, which is very nice because it gives you a little bit more options. The cradle also has these vents on the back to dissipate the heat. And as far as I know, if you connect at least a 65-watt charger, these will all charge simultaneously. Now, the new batteries are 3850 milliamp hours, and it has a claim of 50 minutes of flight time. Now, realistically, if you factor in wind, how aggressive you fly, the weather, you'll probably get less than that 50 minutes in real world conditions. However, 40 to 45 minutes is still a lot of time to be up in the air. And if you decide to pick up the Fly More bundle, which comes with 3 batteries, you can potentially be up in the air for 2.5 hours. And then there is the ATOM 3, which comes with a nice new gimbal protector. Now, this new gimbal protector locks in the propellers and also locks in the gimbal for storage. And to remove it, what I do is just grab the rear portion of it, pull it out, and then remove the protector from the gimbal. And it's easy as that. Now, at first glance, you notice that the ATOM 3 has a sleeker look with more rounded edges, and it folds out the same way as it did on the ATOM 2. And the power button with the LED indicators is now on top, which makes it a little easier to power on after setting it down. And inserting and removing the battery is a lot easier when using the tabs that are on the side of the battery. And on the tail side, you also have your SD card slot and the USB-C port. And on the bottom, you have your TOF sensors and your optical flow sensor. And you also have a LED light on the bottom as well. And also vents on the bottom and on the side. And then we get to the upgraded camera, which has a 1/1.3 CMOS sensor capable of shooting 4K 60 frames per second and 50 megapixel photos. It is all mounted on a 3-axis gimbal, and it even has a removable bezel so you can mount a ND filter on here. Now the only thing it is missing is the obstacle avoidance. I'm not sure why they didn't offer any obstacle avoidance on this. Maybe and hopefully they have a pro version that will come out, but as of now, the Atom 3 does not have obstacle avoidance. And to put the gimbal protector back on, all I do is start in the rear, locking in the propellers and hooking it on the back, and then stretching the front part of it over the camera and just locking it in. And it's just that simple. Now, as far as the setup for the controller, it's pretty similar to what it was last time. It still uses the Potensic app, and all you need to do is log into your account, set it up, and the app will actually guide you through what you need to do. And when you first try to connect it to your aircraft, you may have to do several upgrades or several firmware updates. They may take between 5 to 10 minutes to do, but everything is over the air, and Potensic makes it very simple. But of course, the real test is going to be the camera quality, the signal strength, and the overall experience of flying this. And my detailed review will be my next video, so make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. Also, I did put a link down in the description so you can go ahead and check it out for yourself. And until next time, peace.